trees that we planted, I've got a good friend of mine, and his name's Colin Hurt. He's in Upshur County, a couple counties south of us. I called him and said, Colin, I want to plant trees on our place, but I'm wanting to plant them for wildlife. This area is really well known and is really good timber country. We have a lot of trees. There are a lot of pine plantations. A lot of areas are being clear cut today and then replanted to pine because it grows so well, and trees grow so well here. We get plenty of rainfall. So I called Colin and talked to Colin about it, and he said, yeah, we do this type of stuff all the time for reclamation areas, for BLM, for things like that. I said, well, can you recommend to me the trees that I need to plant for wildlife, deer specifically, turkey, things like that? And he said, I sure will. I'll put a plan together. So if you're looking to plant trees in your area, you're going to want to get with your county extension office. There's someone local that plants trees, does forestry, things like that. They can come in and plant. You want to talk to the experts? They recommended to me, I planted a wide variety of oaks. It takes more time for the hardwoods to grow than pine, but I planted somewhere around 40,000 oaks and another 10,000 pine, and they're kind of mixed. So the oak trees, they're going to recommend to you the oak trees that you want to plant in your area. So I planted every kind of oak that you can imagine. There must have been 20 different species of oaks that were planted here in this area, from white oak to red oak to eastern red oak, water oaks, crab apple, which is a kind of a fruit tree. I wanted, they even put in some soft mash trees, dogwood trees in the mix of a lot of it. So you want to plant a wide variety. The sawtooth gobbler and sawtooth oak, that was another type of oak that puts off. I highly recommend them. They're growing the best. They love our soil in northeast Texas, and they put off acorns within 7 years, and they put off small acorns for the turkey to eat. The sawtooth gobblers are small acorns that turkey love to eat them. So if you get turkey in your area, the turkey are going to be moving in around them, and then the deer absolutely love them. But you want a wide variety of oaks because each oak puts off at different times during the fall. So some of your oaks are going to be putting off a little earlier, some are going to be putting off a little later. Some of them have more tannin in them than others do. And the tannin, what the tannin is the tree naturally, tannin is a natural preservative that goes on the acorn. So a white oak tree are most palatable to a white-tailed deer, and that's why they absolutely love them. They've got a lot of protein to them too. They absolutely love them because they have less tannin. So what you'll see is the white oak trees and a lot of the trees that don't have much tannin in the acorn, they'll fall off and the deer just hit them immediately, start to eat them. Well, your red oaks, your water oaks, and your other oaks, some other oaks like that have more tannin in them. They'll sit on the ground longer. So by the time the others have rotted, the white oaks are just now coming and the tannin's kind of bled off of the acorns a little bit. Then the acorn is laying there, and then they'll come in to eat that. So if you have a wide variety, you have a longer season for the deer to come in to the area to eat because of the variety of different acorns that are lasting or putting off at different times. So you want a wide variety of oak trees. But we've also went in and put in pine trees in certain areas. There's nothing for a deer really to eat on a pine tree, but the things that grow around pine trees and like to be around pine trees, the deer like to eat. But they also love to bed in the pine trees because the pine needles will lay a thick carpet on the floor, forest floor. They can lay in them. Because of the saps and different things that are in the pine trees, the deer like to lay in it because there's not as many bugs in the pine needles. So they'll lay in that. It stays dry because the water moisture goes through the pine needles well, and they like to bed in those areas. So I've mixed pine trees and corridors with oak trees so that they can get into the pine trees and bed, and then walk out to the oak trees and eat and browse around the oak trees. Now the things that I've done, I'm not looking at killing something or planting all this so I can kill a giant deer. A giant deer is just a byproduct of good management, in my opinion. A good buck is going to just be a good byproduct of a good management plan. And I'm just wanting to manage so I have more wildlife, more deer for the future in an area, and then one day we'll be killing some really nice bucks. And I'm doing it for the future generations, my kids and my grandkids later. So this is a long-term project, but we're having fun doing it, and that's all I got to say about that.